Hi guys, good morning. It is August 18th and we are gearing up for this fantastic solar eclipse, which really has a positive vibe to it. I would suggest that you already see the themes. These things don't, there may be some surprises on Monday, but these things aren't happening really overnight. You see and feel the themes right now. So as for people who are scared, some people are so scared inside that when I mention the idea of being scared and not to be scared, that they write to me and say, I wish you hadn't talked about scared. But I'm sorry. I understand some people are just really triggered by fear, but we are going to talk about fear, not that you should be scared, but that you perhaps should not, and that unless a lion is charging you and about to eat you, or a bear, or some other man-eating creature is imminently a threat, or some other lightning is 2 feet away from you above your head and you notice maybe you should jump to the side or something. Fear is good when we need to run and get away, or sometimes in some instances we have to defend ourselves with an imminent threat to life. But most of us aren't really in that situation, but often we feel like we are. We feel sometimes as though a bear is about to attack us. Even when we're in our homes, sitting in a restaurant, sitting at work, our bodies and our minds can start to respond as though. That's the power of our mind and the power of our imagination. It also shows that we've changed a lot about the way we live as humans. We're not as exposed, most of us. Be very grateful. We're not as exposed to the elements. We're not as likely to get struck by lightning. We're not as likely to get eaten by a bear. So what does this have to do with the eclipse? A lot. I mean, the psychology of what's going on is very, very intriguing and very, very important and very promising if we can try to understand it internally. We can philosophize until the cows come home and beyond about what's going on out there in the world and our opinions and, pontifications on politics and why those people over there should do this and why we've got the right idea. We can do that. I can do that too. I can totally join in on that. However, what I've discovered in my life, what I've noticed in the lives of people around me and my clients, both astrology and my coaching clients, is when we work on us, when we work on what's inside of us, not just the world around us, but when we really go inside and we're willing to look at ourselves in a new way, not with suspicion, not with hatred or just disgust or thinking we're doing something wrong. A lot of times people feel that if we have to go inside that we have to be critical. And that's because probably inside them, in their minds, they are being very critical. So they know, well, to go inside just means facing that critical voice. So I'm not running from that. That's my bear. That's my tiger. I'm running away from them. I'm not going to go inside. A lot of times that's what we're running from. We're running from that critical voice inside of us. We don't realize it. We think it's all the stuff around us, and we don't want to be introspective because we think it's going to be really painful, because we have cultivated, all of us, this voice in our head that's like a committee voice of complaint and criticism. Why is this relevant to the eclipse? It is. It's a very psychological thing going on. The reason it's going on in the world around us is because it's impacting all of us inside of all our heads and hearts and bodies. We are all experiencing the same planetary alignments. Yes, we're all different signs. It may be hitting different parts of our lives and making different parts of our lives change more uniquely. However, we are all under the same sun. That's a quote. Somebody said that at some point, and I don't remember who at the moment because I haven't had coffee or tea. But we are all living under the same moon, sun, stars, and we're being influenced similarly. That's why the world around us is so intriguing, because it's a clue as to what's going on inside of us. That's right. What is going on around us is a clue as to what's going on inside us. So if you look around and you see a scary world, you've got some fear about yourself and maybe that evil voice inside your head that it's just an amalgamation of voices you put together from maybe mean people in your past or whatever. It's not really you. The real you is not mean and is not critical, but there's this committee in our heads often. But if you look out and you think the world's a pretty great place, I like the world, I love the world, that's a good indication about what's going on inside of you, and congratulations for that. Sometimes, we've got to reach a little more understanding about that relationship for you to feel good about yourself. But most people who look around and think, I love this world, I love where I am, they're a good chance they're happy with themselves. If they're being, honest and mindful about the way they say things. So the world around you, notice over the weekend, try to think of the themes going on around you, not just in your immediate world, but out in the world. And instead of thinking it's way out there, let me pontificate on what those people think, this is a reflection of something to do with me. All that's going on in the world right now has something to do with an internal process. And how would I like it to go? Like, if I don't like what I see out in the world and I think, people are driving into people with cars. I mean, it's horrible. They're hurting each other. They're at war with themselves. They're tearing each other apart. What if, just think about that. What if inside you, somewhere inside you, may not be in all parts of your life, all parts of you, but what if you're tearing yourself apart? What if you're at war with yourself? What if you've become very polarized inside? How would you like to fix it? What would you like to do? All the parts of you, the polarization on each side, both parties at war, it's all you. So given that one side can't actually win because all of it's you, so if one part of you wins, one part of you loses and maybe suffering. Unless the party who wins is very kind and nurtures the party who loses. But think of the kind of kingdom you have inside of you. When you look around you and you see discord, that is going on inside of you. Look within if you can. Not everybody wants to hear this. Not everybody wants to do this. Because it feels, for many people, it feels that to do this is to face a charging bear or lion. It feels like life or death. But I ask you before this eclipse to try sitting quietly just for 5 minutes and think about, even if you can't identify it, just think about and try to feel that concept. Is there a war inside of me? Am I in discord and hurting myself somehow? And just let that question settle in over the weekend. It's great preparation for Monday. I think really what's happening is a massive sea change in thought across the planet. Will the world miraculously be filled with unicorns and daisies on Monday? Probably not. Unless we all feel that really hard inside. I don't know. If we heal everything over the weekend, all of us, all people, then, maybe not, it won't be, Wonderland on Monday. But we might find that we've transformed a little if we really sit with where am I in discord with myself and focus inward. And think about what kind of kingdom you want inside yourself. And try to be the leader or the committee or the parliament. It's all inside you, but however you want to rule yourself so that you get the kind of kingdom with inside and out that you want. All right. So I will touch base on Monday during the eclipse. All right. Take care.